Shortly after their defense of Normandy against the zombies, the U.S. Army, or the U.S. Remnant, managed to send a contingent of soldiers over to help recapture one of their lost cities. However, moving through dense jungle, they quickly found out that they were indeed surrounded. A zombie ambush had taken place, and now they're basically surrounded. Will they be able to fight and take out the zombies and make it to the lost city? Or will they be lost in the middle of the forest with no one knowing what happened? Let's find out.
Look who tried to slip past the subscribe police. Alright buddy, you can go. Just remember, if you like the video, be sure to hit the like and or subscribe button.
Alright everybody, welcome back. So yeah, we're doing a bit more Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator, because I noticed that it tends to do pretty well, so I thought I might do some more. So as we see here, the U.S. Army is immediately taking fight to the ones coming from the side here, as well as they're sending off troops to help fight against zombies coming this way. We go through the trees here. As you see here, they're already kind of making contact with the American forces, so things should start to be start getting interesting. And I think I have fixed up some of the units, like the ranged ones should be able to fire out now, hopefully. And hopefully the tanks aren't quite as slow. They should be able to do a bit more before dying. So yeah, made a few changes. We'll see how well this battle goes, and we might make some changes and stuff. The zombies right off the bat aren't doing so well, probably because of how close the Americans were. But here we see now that there's lots of fire coming from the zombies. Like, we see a lot of these fireball stuff from the from the ranged zombies. It might actually be helping a little bit, doing a bit of damage. We see a few soldiers going down because of fireballs and stuff, so we know that works. So you see here, there's lots of zombies over here that are ready and rearing to go, but they just gotta wait their turn. As well as this might become a problem if they well, they don't seem to be creating a huge thing of bodies inside the water yet. Yep, kind of see the battle line drawn up. The zombies firing their shots while the U.S. fires theirs. And there are a few tanks around the battlefield, so the U.S. Army probably does have a good advantage over there. So they're not quite as slow, the tanks, but I guess against this many, or this firepower, there isn't a whole lot that they can do against it. Yeah. Already, this battle seems to be wrapping up pretty quickly. So it appears this side has been cleared of all zombies, so now they're going in to help refresh the troops over here. So this could lead to interesting maneuvers for the U.S. Army. And here we see the tanks basically just taking a whole path for themselves. And then the reinforcements arrive, providing covering fire where the troops need it. So yeah, seems to be winding down a fair bit. I mean, there are still the tanks that are moving up. The tanks being like extra tanky do have that advantage. Once they get close, they become like basically killing machines. But there's just a lot of soldiers, so we will need to make a few changes to the battle. We turn on the stats here. You can see that the total amount of zombies remaining is around 4,000 compared to the 40,000 that the Americans have, and they've killed quite a few zombies, but at the same time the zombies killed quite a few Americans. So seeing how there's less Americans than there are zombies, it is kind of evening out like the total like cost of the battle for the zombies, but a win for the American Remnant is still a win for them, and that's less zombies that they have to worry about. Alright, now they're just hunting down the last 2 zombies, wherever they might be. See them all charging down this way. There we go. And that's the end of that. After dealing with their threat, they continued on towards the lost city. We'll be back. On their way to the lost city, the U.S. Remnant battalion had somehow found themselves inside of a cemetery in a dead area of land. Little did they know that they stumbled across one of the many dead zones. And as they stepped foot into the cemetery, they could hear the howls of zombies approaching. Drawing up defensive formations to face the threat, they prepared for battle. Alright, so here we go with battle number 2. A little bit different, and this is on one of their newer maps. Should be interesting to see how this would turn out. Got a nice little defensive positions, and they should have the same amount of troops that they had before the battle, or after the battle that they had originally, as well as there are zombies coming in from 3 different sides. We have coming from this side, as well as the front here, as well as that side. But you have noticed that there's none coming from this side, yet there are troops over here to help defend against that. Well, I'm hoping that the zombies will actually move around and take these flank routes, because there's a wide open position over here which could be used to the zombies' advantage. But meanwhile, we see that a lot of the soldiers are firing out, and we have lots of tanks and ranged zombies in here as well, though the ranged ones are limited to coming in a certain direction because of the limit that the engine has towards armies. It's not the number in the army, but the amount of armies. It can be kind of hard to get more than 18 armies, which makes setting up for these defensive battles a little bit like you have to be a bit more thoughtful towards the placement and planning and stuff. But yeah, here we see that the American Remnant's troops are using these cemetery walls as defensive positions. We see that the zombies are taking the fight up the sides of the mountain here, seeing that it's undefended, or relatively undefended. But the advantage that these guys have is that they're all shotgun troops, except for the guys over here. They should be able to make quicker work of them because they're better at close range. We see here as well, pretty much the same thing. Troops getting attacked. Now there might be a few tanks in here helping them out. Then again, a lot of the shotgun soldiers could be firing a tad bit low, and it's all hitting basically or most of it's hitting the cemetery wall, which isn't great. This tank was getting absolutely roasted from the ranged zombies. You can kind of see they're having a bit of a standoff with the American troops. So the American troops don't seem to be targeting them, which might be their detriment. We take one of these guys. Gonna have to go. And we're already dead. So they're firing a lot at the zombies up here, which probably isn't good. I mean, probably more than just probably, it really isn't good because they're not facing the target at hand. This Sherman is still alive, so it seems to be a little bit spazzed out. Take control of this dude. Unfortunately, he doesn't seem to be able to go too far. Eventually, there'll be enough dead zombies to actually get over the walls, and then they're just going to charge over. And yeah, I guess these guys are just too good for gravity. I mean, they're not even standing on the boxes; they're just floating above them. I guess they're just showing off their power and disdain for the zombies. You know, we'll see here that some of the soldiers over here are firing out towards zombies. You know, we have another defensive line over here, ready and waiting for the inevitable tide of zombies that comes over their way. And then, yeah, this here seems to be doing pretty good. I guess they have the benefit of proper priorities. But yeah, we can see by the piles of bodies where the majority of the zombies were coming from, and it looks like far from that side. Fortunately, these guys here aren't able to fire down, otherwise they would be really powerfully placed. But at the moment, they're just like over here. They're able to fire down a little bit towards the zombies, but not able to do a whole lot towards inside the cannon. I mean, if they could, it would be like shooting fish in a barrel. Looks like these soldiers have finally decided that the zombies coming over the hill are a greater threat. to their survival than the zombies on the far side of the hill. Don't know what happened. Oh, that's unfortunate. Don't know what happened. Oh, there we go. Well, something happened. Oh dear. Okay. That's really weird. I don't know what's causing that. Well, I don't know what you guys would have seen, but it was like entire screen froze and stuff. I could still hear the sounds of the battle going on. So it was a little bit concerning. Alright, on this side of the battlefield, the shotgun soldiers seem to be not faring too well against the zombie horde, as well as the guys over here. Probably just not enough to just hold the position. Meanwhile, if we were to look on the other side of this hill here, these guys seem to be actually doing pretty good so far. They're holding this position, and they're preventing zombies from getting by them, as we see here, which is quite good, considering that the rest of their forces would be hit from so many different sides that probably wouldn't end well. But yeah, I would think that the area here would take on the brunt of the ranged zombies, but it seems like the ranged zombies have kind of worked their way around to all sides of the battlefield, which is pretty good. You know, over here, they seem to be holding pretty well, which is really good. And yeah, these guys are trying to hold back a storm that's just creating a large pile of bodies behind them. And they're kind of getting flanked a little bit. Well, not really flanked, but they're getting attacked in multiple areas. And it looks like there's a couple of shotgunners who kind of made themselves comfortable on a cliff edge, and they're taking pot shots down at the zombies, which is pretty good. So we're gonna set up for a nice little time lapse here. So yeah. Alright, well, they're holding pretty well, so that's pretty good for them. Testament to their training and discipline. Meanwhile, if we look over to this area is almost wiped out. Meanwhile, the tanks here have been holding strong, which is pretty good. I mean, they're going to definitely need tanks to help defend. Meanwhile, here took a big hit, probably the ranged zombies doing their thing. So we see here we have some shotgunners doing what they do best, laying down covering fire and covering a choke point. Yeah, trying to make it difficult for the zombies getting through. Meanwhile, these guys here are also shooting away at the zombies, making their way forwards, making a nice little wall of zombies. though it does appear that the zombies could just easily take shelter behind it. Meanwhile, over here we see the looks like this is a lot of tanks moving through, with just how bloody they look, and they appear to be a bit slower than normal zombies, so it does seem to be what's happening. Alright, these guys are finally under attack from zombies. These guys have been whittled away so much now that there's not a whole lot of fire. They can't really do a whole lot to keep the zombies at bay. I mean, this guy over here is somehow just in a standoff. We take him. Oh, yeah. Definitely need a lot more room to run if you're going to do something like that. Over here, the tanks are still holding strong, as well as these guys. Kind of been at the brunt of a lot of stuff, and they held out really well. I guess you could say the walls cracked before the Remnant did. Well, meanwhile, on this side of the battle, actually, probably should check out here. I mean, this area is just like getting blasted by the ranged zombies. Just absolutely wrecked. Yeah. Thinking, where should I set up for a bit of a time lapse? Because there's like so much going on in different areas. Like, we could probably set a time lapse over here, watching these guys and their final stand of sorts. I actually do that right here. Take advantage of the time we have before the battle's over to get a few more time lapses in. So. Oh, looks like this area kind of collapsed, and now the tanks are all gone. The only remaining piece of the Remnant is right here, which is rather unfortunate. They have a lot of zombies to chew through before victory's in sight. Do seem to have quite a big lineup. Like these gateways are making excellent choke points, effectively slowing down where the zombies can go until they reach the soldiers. Yeah, the ranged zombies really level things out a bit. We're just having a ranged attack of their own really does make things a whole lot less easy, because you gotta be aware of the fact that the zombies can shoot you back. So yeah, I think we might just do a time lapse of us watching the final stand of the Remnant forces here. Or it could be the final stand. They might survive, you never know, but it's probably not very likely, even if they were all melee only. Here we got the last little bit of the fight. They held out pretty well. I mean, if we look at the kills, well, there's actually 11 remaining. I mean, there's the guys on the hill over there, but actually managed to do quite a bit of damage, getting over roughly half the zombies killed. And yeah, did really good, despite everything. Well, it looks like those guys have been vanquished. Oh, we see there's a couple dudes over here as well, which somehow have escaped being found. Where are y'all heading? There's nobody there anymore. There's nobody up there. So we know there's two over here, and then there'd be two somewhere else. Ah, the other two are over here. Do that. Yeah. They don't seem to realize that these guys are here. We go here, just got shotguns. Pretty good close range weapons. And then they just need to figure out that these guys over here are the last two. I mean, they don't have to. They kind of already know. See them looking. They're just going to stand here, looking menacingly in their direction. So yeah. They didn't quite make it to the lost city to help retake it, but you never know. They might be able to send some reinforcements to help retake this lost city. Okay, this is actually kind of sad for the zombies, because they know that they're here. They just refuse to do anything about it. Okay, so they can't get you from behind. That's probably why there's like no easy way to get to these guys. Uh-oh. So we might be faster. Except we got surrounded, so there we go. So yeah. Wow. It's quite unfortunate for the defenders, but that's kind of what happens when you're facing like roughly 1 million zombies. So yeah. Well, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, if you have any battle ideas, let me know. Might be probably be interesting idea for a video. So yeah, don't be afraid to leave those down in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.